this recording. Guys, I am super excited and super grateful. You already know when I play that song how I get. It sets the mood. It really puts me in the mood. So let's get some cameras on. I'll even turn my camera on. I'm over here in my bedroom right now. We got some guests over, but still running this call, still super excited. So I want to see your beautiful faces, and I just want to start this call off like we normally do. Let's just start with gratitude, right? So drop in the chat what you guys are grateful for. If you're grateful for your family, if you're grateful for your friends, if you're grateful for your business, if you're grateful for Kevin running this webinar, you can drop some sevens in the chat for Kevin. If you're grateful for your trading account this week, if you're grateful for the Payloosh, not Payloosh, the PayQuicker or the Skrill or the Bitcoin that came in, you're grateful for your withdrawal, you're grateful for your health, you're grateful for whatever it may be. Let's spend the next 30 seconds just dropping everything that we're grateful for and get ourselves in a state of mind of gratitude. Gratitude. I'll read some of these out. Grateful for the trade house, for life, amazing and an abundant family. For family, let's drop some more in here. We got 30 people on the call. I want to see a lot of gratefulness in here. Health, fam, community, QC. I love it. Right? I love it. And why do we do this? As you guys are typing those in, as you guys are really, putting down what you're grateful for. The reason why I have people do that before every single call, and you probably heard me say this before, if not your first time hearing it, let me explain why. Right? Because each and every single one of us has a life outside of this business. Right? We have a life outside of IAM. We have a life outside of QC. We have relationships. We have families. We have finances. We have spiritual walks. We have things that we deal with, and some are good and some are bad. And the reason why I love these calls is this becomes an opportunity for us to put everything that's happening around us to the side and focus on our future. One thing I learned at a young age playing sports was all my coaches said, hey, when you're on the field, anything that's happening outside of this rectangle right now is irrelevant. So when you're on this call, make everything outside of this call become irrelevant and focus on your future. Focus on where you're going and open up your mind to be able to receive the information that you're about to obtain, because this is information that's going to be extremely powerful, and it's probably information that you're going to have to rewatch again. I look at someone like Kevin, who's been able to travel around the world now, become and work on the social media and work on the editing and videography side of it, Chairman 100, and have multiple other chairmen reach out to him to tour with and get those nuggets to really build a social media brand. His personal mentor, Chairman 100 Emery Holmes, is one of the best social media builders in the industry, in the game. Overwhelming majority, this guy has hundreds of personals, and an overwhelming majority of them is coming from social media. So open up your mind, get the notebook out, be ready to receive. Type in the chat, guys, I am ready to receive, if you guys are ready to receive the information that Kevin's about to provide. So really quick, like I said, put everything aside, get really focused right now, and get ready to receive some powerful information. Kevin is someone who is a servant leader. And this is information. Think about this, guys. Sharing how to run your social media, sharing how to target, sharing how to speak to people, that could take away from his business. It could literally take away from his business. So think about how powerful of a servant leader this individual is for coming on here and helping people across the board. People are going to watch this on YouTube. People are going to watch this recording. People are going to watch it in the chat. But he just wants to share consistent value. And, someone that just wants to share value always receives it tenfold. So I'm super excited for Kevin. Smashing P1K. This individual has over 250 people in his organization. He's literally halfway to chairman. It blows my mind. And I'm super excited for what he's about to do. So I'm going to close the floor. I'm done talking. I may come at the end and do a little bit of a recap, a little bit of some how to speak to people, but I'm going to let Kevin take over. Kevin, you're in charge, my man. Go as long as you need.
Sheesh. What's going on, rock stars? Welcome to tonight's call, everybody. It's a beautiful day. Wait, hold on. Well, it's a beautiful day, and I have a beautiful day, everybody. It's currently 9:09 p.m. Central Standard Time, and people are tuning in from everywhere. People are hopping on right now, and it's a Friday night. I just want to condemn and congratulate each and every single one of you guys for hopping on, because this is where chairmans are made. This is where 6-7 figure traders are made, because people who stay on and keep grinding on the weekends are the people who are putting in the extra time. They're the ones who, they really want this, and this is how they get ahead of the game. And this game of entrepreneurship, excuse me. And the game of Forex, you know, like while people are going out, they're staying in, they're studying, you know, they're grinding and they're mastering the craft. So just want to condemn and congratulate each and every single one of you guys. And you know, like 80% of this is really just showing up. 80% of success. And just showing up, you know, being present, showing up to calls like this, showing up to events, showing up to webinars, trainings, you know, just show up. That's 80% of the success. And what I'm going to show you guys is really things that I've learned from my personal experience, tied in with things that are already working in this industry. Like Tim was saying, I've had the opportunity to travel and personally learn and work side by side of some of the goats in this industry. You know, some of the people who have cleared 100K a month, every single month, 50K a month. People like Emery Holmes, Casher Great, Matt Rosa, you know, like you spend enough time with these people, you start rubbing elbows with these people on up. That success is gonna rub off on you too. So I'm gonna show you guys literally the sauce, dropping so many nuggets tonight. I'm so stoked. I'm so excited. I'm gonna show you guys how to master the social media space and just become a master attraction marketer, right? So so pretty much I want you guys, there's a couple things I want first from you guys, because this is something I always say is in every call pretty much I've ever done is take notes, guys. Grab a pen or a pad, grab a crayon, grab a colored marker, napkin, paper towel, whatever it is. Grab something to take notes, because 90% of the things that you hear, you're going to forget, right? So make sure you guys are writing things down. When you're taking notes, 30,000 movements in your kinetics of your calligraphy are happening, right? Not only like when you're taking notes, you're not only embedding these things into your mind and reprogram your neural pathways and creating new synapse connections in your brain. You're also physically, tangibly manifesting into the physical reality. So take notes, guys, please. And what's important is pretty much every time that anyone who, you know, has results that you want is speaking, anytime that someone makes more money than you speaking, take notes, guys, because rookies try to remember things, but professionals are the ones who are always taking notes, right? So I just want to begin this call with a little bit of gratitude. Like, gratitude is one of the highest, if not the highest emotion that you can emit as a human being, right? And this is huge when it comes to attraction marketing, right? Because you got to keep in mind that you know that it really begins with being like with the energy that you have within yourselves and that you're emitting, because that's what, at the end of the day, what you're going to attract, right? Like if you say, you know, like say you like don't like who you are right now, that's cool, that's perfect, because guess what, you could personally develop yourself. You can personally develop yourself and become someone that you want to become, and someone you want to attract into your team, right? And like, don't be mad at your team for not, you know, giving you the results that you want, because you attracted that at the end of the day, right? So you attract who you are and what emotions and thoughts you're putting out into the world, right? So, you know, the thing is that a lot of people are just like, they're scared of living in fear. You know, they're too afraid to put themselves out there in the world. They're too afraid to post content on their page, put a YouTube video up, post a IG video, or a new post, right? Don't be afraid, because you're pretty much just telling yourself that you're afraid to get people into your business. You're afraid of what people are going to think about you. Who cares what people think? Their opinions aren't going to pay your bills. They're not going to get your bank account fatter. So at the end of the day, you know, stop watching from the sidelines and get in the game, right? Get in the game and stop watching the sidelines. You are the superstar, right? So like, why are you just watching? Don't stop watching, because if you're just watching, you're literally volunteering to be an actor in your own movie when you're the superstar in this movie, right? So one thing is just invest, you know, every day, every week, invest time into creativity. Invest time into how can, you know, I provide as much value on social media or attract people to my business, right? So you know, like, so if you're scared, you know, just the best way to not be scared is just to start posting, start putting yourself out there, because that's something that took me a while to actually do. I didn't use social media for the longest time because I was afraid of what people would think. I was afraid what my friends, my family would think about me. At the end of the day, it's like none of that matters. That's all relevant. So, you know, people don't buy what you even have to sell. Don't buy a product. They buy who you are. They buy you. So keep in mind that that let me check my notes. So I'm gonna dive into right now, you know, what, give me one sec. So pretty much I just wanted to touch upon like a little bit of law of attraction, because, you know, at the end of the day, that like 90% of the success in your business is mindset. That's literally 90% of the battle. Because like what you think about is what you create, what you feel is what you're gonna attract, and what you imagine is what you're gonna become. So pretty much always keep in mind that you receive exactly what you expect to receive. The universe is always going to conspire to give you exactly what you want to receive. So what I'm about to do right now is I'm about to dive into I'm going to share my screen and start diving into some of the sauce, the IG sauce that you guys are waiting to see right now and hear. So dope. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So first things first, what you guys want to have is a clean bio. Use everybody, when everybody goes on your page, right? When people come onto your page, they want to see who you are. And this day and age, guys, your bio, your page is your new business card, right? So one thing that I do and that I've seen actually work, and that's helped me gain leads, and what I've seen every single top earner in this industry, in our business, like Mr. Banks, like Matt Rosa, Austin Gotzi, they all have a call to action in their bio, right? You're gonna have something like DM me wealth, you know, to start trading, DM me money bag, DM me let's go to start trading, right? Because everybody, you know, they don't, they're waiting for you to tell them something. They're waiting for you to get in their DMs, or you to pretty much tell them what to do at the end of the day. And they don't know what you're doing if you don't have it in your bio. If you don't have who you are, what you're doing in your bio. So next thing is you want to have clean photos, clean HD photos. People love great and clean content, right? And some of these things, some of these pictures I have on my page are, you know, from a camera, right? And other ones are from my iPhone. You can't even tell the difference. That's one thing I want to actually get through everybody's mind as well, is like, you don't need crazy equipment to start posting great content on your page. Everybody has $1,000 phones. Like, start using your cell phones to its ability, right? So so if you want to start attracting and build a multi-billion-dollar business, you need it, and you want to help people, you need to start posting like, you don't want to post like, you don't want to post pictures of you like drinking or you smoking a joint. Like, you want to post things that are going to be relatable, you know. You don't want to post a lot of value in each caption. That's another thing that I've seen with these top earners is that, and just from my own experience as well, is like, you need to become relatable. You need to provide as much value as you can in your captions. Like, I've seen people like, you know, Alex Martin, Mike, Tim, myself, like, they literally take time into their captions. Like, I've spent like 20, 30 minutes before on a caption, because, you know, you gotta remember that your stories are cool, right? That it's sick because like, you're exposed to people every single day. But the thing is with your stories, they only last 24 hours. But what you post on your page, this is gonna last forever, right? This is always gonna be there. So when people are like, oh, like, okay, you know, Kevin Everett, lives in Chicago. Oh, he's a Forex plug? Legal bank? What is that? What? Peace, love. Oh, hey, good vibes. Like, message me, let's grow. What is this guy do? Traveling, you know, he's trading, you know, he's got a chart. All right, this is cool. And like, videos are awesome too. Like, when you can start doing videos, like, a picture can say, you know, with captions is like you want to write. Like I've seen people take long ass time creating a caption, literally creating novels. Like let me see if I can find an example. You don't always have to make them super long, but I like to like switch it up and just provide value. You know, like when they read it, they're gonna be like, okay, like they learned something. You know, like you need to inspire the many and mentor the few. So like the reason why like I'm emphasizing your captions is because one sentence, one line from your caption can change someone's life, right? It can spark an idea in their head because that's what you're doing with content. You're pretty much subconsciously like tapping into these people. Like you're planting seeds, right? With all your posts, your stories, you're planting seeds and you're pretty much planting an idea in their mind. And if you keep posting consistently, you know, you're going to continue watering these ideas that you're planting, right? So next thing next, you know, this kind of ties into what I was just talking about with captions, your pictures. You know, you want to have clean pictures because that's what's going to attract people to actually click on a picture and then read what it says. And you, with your captions, you really just need to be the Pablo Picasso of painting pictures in people's minds, right? Because understand that most people don't even have vision. Most people don't think big. And you're, for the first time in their life, actually planning an idea and a vision in their mind and showing them that something is like this is actually possible. That there's more to life than, you know, just a typical life that society tells you that you have to live, right? So inspire the many and mentor the few. And this one's huge because you gotta really begin to brand yourself, because you at the end of the day are a brand in itself. I see people sometimes, you know, they post, they just I am Academy vomit all over their page. And it's like that's cool, but like people are gonna buy who you are. People buy you if you're real, if you're authentic, you're relatable, and you know, people buy your lifestyle, people buy, you know, the culture and all that stuff. And then that's when like they buy into you, then you can sell them anything. You can sell them water, like air. It doesn't matter because they like you, right? So always show love too. Like always show love on your comments. Always show love the other people that like are scrolling on your feed, and just comment. You know, compliment them. People like compliments. People like to feel good, and showing love is gonna go a long way because you never know what that relationship can what can happen with that relationship that you build with somebody, and pretty much the next thing kind of give you some apps that you can use to start editing your pictures. The apps that I use is I use Lightroom. I use VSCO. I actually don't really use VSCO anymore, but people use VSCO. I know a lot of people do. Facetune, and you can literally use your iPhone edit. Like let's see, like I got like a shot of my bro last night, and let me show you how simple it is to literally make this look like very clean and HD professional. So you can just, you know, go through these filters. All dramatic, dope. That looks cool, right? Now, oops. You know, use a little drip. Just make it a little darker. Cool. Now look at that. That looks way better. It made it pop more, right? So like that's just a few tricks that you can use. Obviously, you can like do more research. You can use presets to save you time. If you don't even want to do that, you can just click a button and it'll like edit it for you. And yeah, like honestly, like that's huge. Just making it look very clean for people like that. Like that's what's gonna attract people to actually start clicking on your page. And you know, another thing is look up like 5 to 10 pages that are similar to your niche and replicate it. You know, like look up people who are relatable to whatever it is that you do. For example, for us, we're traders, right? We're network marketers. Look up, you know, some of the dopest traders out there and see what they're doing, like with their content. Look up some of the top network marketers in the industry and see what they're doing and replicate it. Because at the end of the day, nothing is new under the sun. take the formula in the system that works and do that with your page, and then it's gonna start working for you. And another thing is, like, I challenge you all to, try to post every day for a week. Oh, I said the T word. My bad. Oh, I gotta do 10 push-ups. I owe you guys 10 push-ups. But you guys, like, post every day for a week and tell me if your engagement does not go up. Because that's the secret. Like, the algorithm has changed with Instagram. You can't just use hashtags. They don't really work anymore. You need to be consistent with your content, because that's what's gonna, at the end of the day, that's what's gonna help you in the long run. It's gonna help you build your business and take it to the next level. Because, the thing is that most people are waiting for you not to post. They're waiting for you not to be consistent with your content, right? And another thing, like, you got to keep in mind in this day and age that we're currently living in, this digital age, realize that there's a high demand for content right now, like super high demand for content. Like, people are fiends for this stuff, guys. Like, keep it like think about this. Like, what, like 5, 10, 15 years ago, like, Netflix didn't even exist. Now Netflix exists. And, before you couldn't, before you'd have to wait every single week to watch an episode. Now you could watch 3 seasons in a day, right? People are fiends for content. They're always scrolling through their social media, always just consuming, right? But what we're doing is we're creating. We're that, like how I like to look at it is there's so much negative content out there. There's so much BS. Just, like, kind of remembered before you got into like this business, how your social media used to look, right? You weren't following, people who inspire and motivate you and teach you every day. You're following people who are just always complaining about their life, partying, just doing nothing, right? Just negative content. You got to keep in mind that most people's content still looks like that. So what you're doing is you're a light, you're a positive wave in their feed, right? So what you're doing is, like, every time they see your page, like, you're pretty much like your what's the word? Like, your duty, I guess, like, what you want to do is be that light. You want to make people stop scrolling for a second and actually think. That's what you want to do with your content. So, like, a lot of people, they want to see more content. So that's why it's important to be consistent. And people need to hear what you have to say. People need to hear what you got to say. Level up, because people want to see you change before they make the decision and change themselves. I'm gonna say it one more time. People want to see you change before they make the decision to change themselves. Just because, you joined, you got started, you started trading, you're an IBO now, doesn't mean that you've changed, right? Like, they truly need to see you change and evolve to a new person, to where, they don't even know who you are anymore. They don't even recognize you, because then they'll be more inclined to join you. And the thing is, I'm just gonna keep saying consistency. That's something that I need to do. I'm gonna start doing again is post more. The reason I haven't is really, I just took a little break from posting, because, like, I've a pretty, like, established page, but that doesn't even matter, because at the end of the day, it's exposure. You want to keep exposing people to you, to what we do, and that's what's gonna get people to get started with you. So, IG stories, that's something I want to touch upon as well. Your Instagram stories, let people know who you are. It's a little bit more personal, a little more it's more of a window into your life. This is where you can start posting like mindset, woke shit, like gym, you traveling, you going to meetings or events, and people get a little bit more access to you through your stories and see you're actually a real person. So stories are really good. I like stories. Be consistent. Don't be that person who posts like 50 stories. Like, everyone's gonna start tapping through everything. So, like, you want to just keep it simple. 5, 10. I wouldn't do anything more than 20, honestly. because then people are just gonna see like all these stories in the top of your screen, and they're gonna be like, nah. Then they're gonna get out of your story. You want people to watch your stories. And just at the end of the day, just get creative, have fun with it. Be you, do you, love who you are, and people are gonna love you. And just keep growing and keep evolving. And yeah, pretty much. Make sure your work ethic matches your desires. And honestly, I think that's it for social media nuggets for tonight. Just want to thank you guys for hopping on. I am gonna pass it off to Tim. I love you guys. Remember to follow your dreams always. Happiness is not a destination; it's a method of life. And I'm gonna pass it off to greatness right now. I'm gonna pass it off to someone who, I'm gonna pass it off to somebody who. Wait, hold on. There we go. Someone who literally has more personals than, like, he can qualify for Platinum 2K, Platinum 5K with just a personal that he's gotten from just online. He's someone who has mastered the invite. He's somebody who is just a master when it comes to piquing interest and getting people on the calls and just closing them. And that's the one thing I want to also touch upon is this is like a championship. Like this is like like you need to become, especially for beginners, you need to become a professional at creating assists, right? You don't want to be the star yet. You need to master edification, master inviting, and piquing interest, and just keep assisting, keep making assists, and passing it off to the GOATs, passing it off to the MVPs, passing it off to the LeBrons, the Steph Currys, letting them take the game-winning shot because they've already made the shots thousands of times. So, you want to let them take the shots until until it's your time to start, like, step up and shine. But until it's not that time yet, you need to just make assists, and you can literally edify your way to chairman. So I want to pass it off to Tim Saloma, the GOAT, my brother. He's about to drop so much heat. Drop a 369 if you guys found value from this. And, I'm going to pass it off to Tim Saloma. Take it off, bro. I love you guys.
Love you, Kevin. I appreciate you, my man. I'm super excited for Europe. Europe's going to be dope. We're heading off to 10 countries, 14 cities, 36 days. And me and the fam in London at the end of the trip. So I'm super excited. I know we got our Asia trip planned for later and all that as well. So life is good. But that was powerful. I had this. I took a lot of notes, and I was listening in here, and there was so much information, and it wasn't just like. I think a lot of the times we end up taking notes on the things that you're not supposed to take notes on, right? That call, this recording, and I'm going to keep this very short because I want people to go back and watch this recording. There was little things Kevin said that you may not have taken a note because you didn't believe it pertained to social media. But without that information, you'll never be able to master social media. You'll never be able to really master, the end goal, the end game here. And what I love about doing these trainings and what I love about social media is that it allows you to become the person that you desire to be. It's not that you're faking it till you make it. It's not that you're faking it who you are. You are who you are. It's just your present life isn't always showing it. So it's not like you're posting on yachts and you're posting in penthouses and different things like that, or posting in front of Lambos. But social media allows you to give the value that you internally have to the external world. And the coolest thing about this is it doesn't require you to be perfect, right? It doesn't require you to have the nicest photos or the best captions. It just requires you to be you. And is exactly what's going to attract what needs to be around you. And I think that's the most important thing in the world is you have in your business right now who you are, you have who you are, and you always will have who you are. And so if you just become more of you, you're going to receive more of everything that you're destined to already receive. And so I love Kevin talked a lot about the mindset with this, and you guys are going to see a lot this year in 2020. So much influence and so much discussion and training on the mindset, because 95% of everything we do is mindset, and it's such a large percentage because without the mindset, you'll never go off and take the action to do the technical side of things. Without the mindset, you'll never go off and provide that extra value. And I just loved everything he was saying. I was going to do a little bit of a cold marketing training on this, but I'm going to attach the cold marketing training when I post this training. I think you all will be able to, go off those 2 webinars together and really just run it up. But, Kevin talked about stories, and I love stories because stories allow your Instagram to become constant exposure, right? So you're able to constantly expose people that, you're looking to expose. When I'm walking around a mall, or I'm at a movie theater, or I'm at a gym, my end goal is not to always spark a conversation and build a relationship, is to get someone's Instagram, because I know when they see my stories and they see my post, I'm providing value in a way that makes people question why I do what I do. It makes them question my positive, post, makes them question my mindset, makes them question my activity, and therefore it causes them to take action to ask me why, which just gives me the ability to, begin the straight line persuasion, or build that relationship, or introduce them to what we do. And I treat it like a sale, and not in a bad way. The terminology, maybe I just don't have it properly, but I treat it this way because I know the value. I know what happens to someone when they join this family. I know what happens to someone when they build this business. I know what happens to someone when they learn the skill set. Remember, at all times, we do not need people for this business, but we need this business for people, right? The people don't build this business builds people. And when you can look at it prospectively like that, it really changes the way that you begin to approach individuals. Like, I approach individuals, I go for people, I sign people up. I have probably over 130 personals, not all active, probably only about 25 of those are active. But at the same time, I do it because I know when people are plugged in, it's life-changing. Right? Drop a 7 in the chat if your life has changed, not just financially, but spiritually, holistically, mentally, everything. Your life has changed because of this business. The 7s in this chat, the action of you putting the 7 in the chat should be awareness enough that we have to provide value to the world. We have to show people what's possible. That's why I say, some will, some won't, who cares? There's always people looking for opportunity. 7 billion people in this world, and 80% of people hate their job. The highest heart attacks in the United States are Monday morning. Less than 60% of people have $400 in their bank account. Over 70% of people don't have $1,000 in their bank account. The world needs this. But who's going to be the person that brings it to the world? And social media is that place where you're able to do so in mass numbers. We've done a social media training before. I did one with Drake a while ago, and I just talked about the crazy amount of money that companies are putting into social media. Guys, you building your social media is not just for I Am. It's for the future. I've had so many opportunities. I've been sponsored by so many brands. I've gotten so much free shit just because of content on Instagram, right? Like, you're really building you. This is not a business. You're not a business. You're a businessman, right? Like, or Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Like, or businesswoman, right? You are the business. And so who do you want to be? Who do you want to attract? And that's exactly what you do on social media. If you want to attract scrubs, post like a scrub. You want to attract those like-minded individuals, those people that want to build big business, those 6-7-figure network marketers, the top-tier entrepreneurs, post as if you are one. Trust me, people who are successful could care less about the picture with the Lambo. They care about what you're typing. They care about what you're sharing. They care about who you are. And it doesn't always have to be business. Post you being at the gym, having meals with the family, right? Going on team outings, spending time with your family, a book that you're reading. It doesn't always need to be a pitch. Remember, because it's the jab, 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 right hook. People want the jabs before they get knocked out. People want the little taste before they have the gourmet meal, right? Treat your in social media like a 5-course meal. Treat your social media like a 5-course meal, and you'll be surprised what you're able to do. If you can master, or when you all master social media, you will be surprised how quickly your business can blow up. Guys, go to hashtag I need a new job. Hashtag I hate my job. Hashtag London entrepreneurs. Hashtag I wish I had more money. Like, go through some of these hashtags. There's people literally on social media saying, I hate my job. And what are you able to do? Help them get out of their job. I need more money. Go to those hashtags.
Start hitting these people up. I always hit up people from Chicago entrepreneurs, right? Geotag locations. Go to a London geotag, see who's posting around there, and look to build business in London. Look to build business in New York. Look where we currently have teams: Connecticut, New York, Dallas, Wisconsin, Cali, Illinois. Start building in those areas where there's already systems where they can plug into and start building, right? It's 9:40 p.m. Let's say you don't have plans tonight. Go to Google, right? Go to Google Maps or go to Google and say, what country right now is it 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Random ass countries. Now start targeting those countries, because look what happens. When you go to sleep, you can have a business in Indonesia, or you have a business in Australia 12 hours away, and your business is always working. Now your business is working 24/7. That's the power of social media. That's the power of social media. And so really it just comes down to practice. And guys, one thing I really recommend is don't be afraid to ask questions. Go into the QC chat and ask questions about social media. Ask about posts, ask about captions, ask about how to run stories. Like, when we allow our community to become a place of pure growth, we allow it to become a place where we're always just discussing personal development. We're always just discussing self-growth. We're always just discussing how to grow our business and grow our friends and grow our communities, grow our accounts. That QC chat would be worth, it will be worth millions of dollars. It will be worth millions of dollars. It's how are we taking advantage of it, though? So with that being said, I think this was a powerful call. I think there was a shit ton of information to really comprehend. Go back through the recording, find 1 to 2 things that you really want to take advantage of, and go implement it. So guys, have an amazing Friday. Having an amazing weekend. If you need anything, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for each and every single one of you. I will send out this recording as soon as it's done. So give me about 20, 25 minutes. I'll go ahead and drop in all the chats, and I'll let you guys drop it in your team chats. All right, guys. See you on the inside.